Hello everyone, this is Paukshte Fashion Workshop. I remind you that we post new videos every day. I also want to remind you that some of my video courses are already available. Buy them if you haven't done it yet. I would really appreciate your support. I continue showing you the series of videos on working with the basic patterns. Today I'm going to show you how to make a pattern for an A-line dress. You are wrong if you think that this dress is easy to make. It's not just a loose dress. The dress should fit the shoulders, the armholes, and the bust well, and get flared slightly to the bottom. In this case, it would look neat and won't remind a loose overall dress. Do you remember when I told you about a loose shift dress? I explained the difference between the design and a simple loose dress. It's the same. A-line dress and a loose dress are different things. Today I'm going to show you how to make a pattern for an A-line dress correctly. A-line dresses have triangle form. The main idea is to make the shape better and not spoil the look. Be very attentive. This is my basic pattern. I need to cut the front and the back. Ignore the tucks on the sides. It's better if the back and the front are of the same width. That means that the side seam should be placed right in the middle of the basic pattern. You can make the basic pattern according to any cutting system. Mine is made on the basis of my 10 measurement cutting system. I want you to have a close look at the pattern. I'm going to tell you what to do with it. Just ignore the waist tucks. The dress is not close-fitting. So what do I want to tell you? Very often you can see the following method in videos or books. Move the opening of the chest dart to the bottom. That's it. This is an A-line dress, they say. It will be a dress extremely flared from the bust level. It won't look good. There will be folds here. This is not the best thing to do. You should move a part of the opening down, but not the full opening. Watch what I'm doing. First, I'm going to move the opening of the dart to the side seam. Of course, you can move it to the neckline, or even make several pin tucks. It has nothing to do with the princess seams. When I finish making the pattern, I'll trace it to a new piece of tracing paper. I want you to see the result clearly. Anyway, the first thing I want to do is to move the opening of the chest dart to the side seam. This is where the chest dart is now, and this is where I want it to be. I've moved the opening of the chest dart to the side seam. I haven't done anything else. I want to put this pattern on a new piece of tracing paper. I want to be able to outline it. I'll be doing the same thing when I'll be working with the back. Before you start making the pattern, you need to decide how much flare the dress should be. I'm going to make it slightly flared. It's up to you how much to flare it. This is my basic pattern. This is the center front. I'll sign it. I don't want to put the center front right on the edge. I'll move it this way. This is a full-length pattern. It's 105 centimeters long. What should I do next? I want to make the opening of the dot a bit smaller. I'll move it to the bottom, just partially, not the whole opening. The width of the opening is about 4 or 5 centimeters. Be very attentive. You can make a cut however you want. It's not necessary to use a ruler. The only important thing is to make a small opening at the bottom. Have a close look here. I'm making a 5 centimeter wide opening. As I've already said, I want the opening to be 5 centimeters wide. What have I done? I've moved the center front for 3 centimeters from the edge. By doing so, I've flared the front a bit. I've also made the opening of the dot a bit smaller by making an opening at the bottom. There is still a chest dot here. It just was made a bit smaller. Here's the difference. You can see how much smaller the opening was made. It's okay. I hope that everything is clear so far. I'm showing you the best way to make a neckline dress. I wanted to be able not just to make a loose dress, but to make a perfect A-line dress. I'm going to make one more opening. In between the side seam and the first opening. You can see that I'm cutting by side. You can draw the lines if you want to, but it's not necessary. I'll make this opening 5 centimeters wide as well. This is how I want the pattern to look like. If you want the dress to be more flared, you can also add 3 or 2 centimeters to the side seam. This is the detail that I'm talking about. Or you can leave it the way it is. I don't want to do it. I'm just showing you the techniques. Let's have a look at the bottom of the dress. I flared it 3 centimeters, 5 centimeters, 5 centimeters, 3 centimeters. 16 centimeters in total. That means that the front is flared by 32 centimeters. This is just the half of the front. Let's have a look at the lower dot leg. It's slightly round now. It wouldn't be possible to tack and stitch such dot. I want to outline it. It happened because I made these openings. I need to draw a straight line here. As for the neckline, you can make it of any shape you want. I've already showed you a lot of types of necklines and colors. Watch the videos about them if you haven't done it yet. I just want to show you how to make the flare. It's also up to you how much to flare the dress. If 16 centimeters seems too much to you, make it less flared. You are free to choose. The dress is going to fit you well because the upper part of it is made according to the basic pattern, and the flare is made only at the bottom. This is the best way to make an A-line dress. I don't need the first pattern anymore. I can throw it away. I need to sign the pattern. The center front. Here it is. I remind you that the upper part of the dress wasn't flared. Only the bottom. The front is ready. I'm going to cut the pattern, and then I'll move on to making the back. The opening of the chest dart was made smaller. A part of the opening was moved to the bottom. Do not move the whole opening to the bottom. Otherwise, the dress will be extremely flat down from the bust, and we need to make an even beautiful flare. Be creative. Make the skirts more or less flared. You can even cut an A-line dress on the bias. I'll show you how to do it in one of the next videos. Do you want me to do it? I'm happy that you like my videos and find them useful. Have a look here. The opening was made smaller, so I can make it a bit shorter, for about 1.5 centimeters. This is where I need to stop cutting the dot. I've moved the dot top. If there was a full opening here, I would not have been able to do it. The front is ready. I've added 32 centimeters to the bottom for the flare. You can make the dresses more or less flared, it's up to you. I just want to show you the techniques. I can move the front aside. Let's start working with the back. We just need to remember that if the front is flared for 16 centimeters, the back should be flared for 16 centimeters as well. The flare should be even in the front and the back. This is a must. Make the flare the way I showed you. Add some to the center, to the side, and make a couple of openings. It's enough. Let's start working with the back. Add some to the center back. 3 centimeters as well to the center front. I'll pin the pattern. Someone might think that there is no need to make shoulder darts in the A-line dresses. It's not true. The shoulder darts make the dresses elegant. They make the dresses fit you well. Its opening is going to be made smaller as well. I need to make the first cut in the back pattern. I'll cut it right to the shoulder dart. I want to make this opening 5 centimeters wide. Notice that there still is the shoulder dart here. Notice that the opening is 5 centimeters wide at the bottom. It's not that big on the waistline. I don't want you to repeat after me. I just want you to understand the techniques and make your own patterns.
Нагрудная выточка у нас, вот она у нас осталась, вот она у нас осталась.
This is how the shoulder dart looks like now. I'll make one more opening here. It will go to the armhole. I'll make it 5 centimeters wide as well.
На 5.
I remind you that we're making the pattern for an A-line dress. Next, I need to add 3 centimeters to the side seam, just like I did in the front pattern. 3, 5, 5, 3. I like this simple design. You don't need to make any waist tucks. Very convenient. Have a look at the shoulder dart. You can make it here, or you can move it to the neckline. This is what I'm doing now. It's up to you where to place it. Next, I want to outline the pattern and cut it. There is a great variety of dresses, and I cannot show you all of them. I wanted to be creative. I hope that my videos on working with the basic patterns are useful for you. I want you to be able to sew and wear anything you want. I need to sign the center back. I can detach the original pattern and throw it away.
Она нам больше не нужна. Уходит в мусорник.
I remind you that you can make the neckline of any shape you want.
Но я вот эти выкройки сохраню. Потому что нам надо
I'm not going to throw these new patterns away.
как это кроить по косой.
I want to show you how to cut A-line dresses on a bias. It's not as easy as it seems, but at the same time it's not that hard.
Вот мой
This is the center back. It should be cut on the lengthwise grain.
не по косой крой. Это
The center front should be cut on the lengthwise grain as well.
длины. Доливая. А вот когда мы будем
When cutting on a bias,
здесь слово доливать,
there is no need to sign the lengthwise grain here, obviously.
полочка.
The pattern is ready.
Вот наша спинка.
This is the front and this is the back.
Силуэта А готово. Вот так выглядит наша подолевка.
The center front and the center back should be cut on the grain.
Сложить боковые швы, смотрите. У нас
Have a look at the side seam.
совпадение.
The details match perfectly.
Попадают абсолютно. Вот сейчас
Have a close look at them.
потому что выточка не закрыта. Смотрим наше абсолютно
I remind you that I've moved the opening of the chest dart to the side seam in the front pattern.
шов. Вот здесь вот
The
на
armhole is
лаковых
accurate.
изгибах у нас будет, а
The
всё
shoulder dart and the shoulder seams are perfect.
самое грамотное построение платья
This is the best technique for making a pattern for an A-line dress.
в этой теме, потому что
The upper part in the dress will be close-fitting,
пожалуйста,
and the skirt is going to be flared.
но как-то руки не доходят.
I love this design.
Всё сразу одновременно. У меня
I'm glad that I've decided to show it to you.
этих уроков
I received a lot of requests from the subscribers.
успеха.
I really hope that you find my videos useful.
Моделирование у меня большая просьба
I'm not greedy. I'm willing to share my knowledge with you.
наработками собственными
We show you a lot of useful techniques and details for free.
перепечатками с журнала «Ателье» ничего.
I also want to remind you that some of my video courses are already available.
Вам эти же
Buy them if you haven't done it yet.
Я всем желаю успеха, быть разнообразным.
I would really appreciate your support. That's all for today. Be different and beautiful. My name is Irina Paukshte. Subscribe to my channel, write comments, share the videos, press the like and the bell buttons. Thank you. Goodbye.